Well, hello there and welcome to the video. This is a slightly different video this time round because I have my cohort, my co-host, my co-buddy, Xell. Xell is with us in this video. We are here to talk about Starfleet Academy because once again, in typical CBS fashion, they decided to do a data dump on a Saturday night, certainly a Saturday night over in this side of the pond. So we thought we'd get together and have a little chat about it, Xell.
Yes, just when you thought the pain had ended, he comes back. Harder.
The pain is real. It's visceral this time round. It's only going to get worse. We do actually have some screenshots, which I will overlay at various points in the video. But Xell contacted me last night, and I was in the middle of talking to my kids, and yeah, but just bad news came. And it was Starfleet Academy. But not only that, about 20 minutes prior, I'd seen a screenshot that I thought was just something out the realm of the bizarre. And it is a screenshot of Captain Pike as a puppet. Now, obviously, I'd mentioned before that, you know, Buffy and Angel, the TV shows, had done this sort of stuff before. Buffy did the musical, so did Strange New Worlds, and Angel did Smile Time, which, you know, Xell and I have slightly different opinions on, but, you know, generally speaking, it was a bit of a fun episode, I think you could say, but it works because Buffy is a fantasy show. It involves the realm of magic, it involves the realm of mysticism, and you can sort of be more forgiving about it. But with Strange New Worlds, a Star Trek, apparently Star Trek science fiction show, featuring something like that, it's just going into the realm of the ridiculous, and it's losing touch with what Star Trek actually is.
I mean, we've had the musical episode. We've had the cartoon crossover.
Yes.
We've now got Muppets.
They actually tied in with Jim Henson, well, Jim Henson's company.
I love the Jim Henson Company, but this is not something I would have wanted for Star Trek.
No.
I've seen people try and defend this, like, oh, but they did that episode, but they turned them all into kids, and there was those silly episodes here. It's like, yeah, Star Trek had fun on occasion, but within reason.
It's all based in science, you know. It's all rooted in science. Yeah,
and it took itself somewhat seriously, even when it was having a bit of fun with itself.
Pike's a Muppet.
Pike is literally a Muppet.
In so many ways, more ways than we can count. But
God,
yes,
can you imagine the Ortega one.
No, I don't want to. It's the stuff of nightmares. It's the stuff of nightmares. But yeah, Starfleet Academy trailer also dropped, and dropped being the key operative word there, because it was quite the show that they put on for this trailer, because it is it's touching on something that we care about deeply. A certain character is referenced. The key word is with this referenced, okay? So there's a lot of references to other Star Trek things. Star Trek now has become so self-referential, it's got no form of identity of its own. We have the reference wall. It is a reference wall, okay? So
literally,
it really is, and they've really gone for it with this. It's really quite something. Okay, so one thing I noticed, and I did put it in the Discord, is we've got, it's a wall of names, okay? One of those names is Admiral Tawny Newsome. We have Admiral Tawny Twat, who obviously played Mariner in Lower Decks, that pure filth of a show.
Kirsten Bayer.
Katrina Cornwell, or as Nerderotic calls her, Admiral Cornhole. Lieutenant Commander Data, Lieutenant Julian Bashir. Not Dr. Bashir, Dr. Julian Bashir.
I was going to say, you'd think you'd put Doctor.
Yeah, you'd think you'd put Doctor. Admiral Harry Kim.
Finally got that promotion.
He got more than one.
Only took 900 years, but he got there in the end.
It's just this old man at the end going, I made it. Charles Tucker, Hoshi Sato, Commander William T. Riker, Lieutenant Tom Paris, Commander Janice Rand, Ensign Sito Jaxa. Yeah, oh, God.
Quick note.
Yeah.
Why is it Commander William T. not Captain William T. Riker?
Yeah, and this is the point. It's reference without substance. They don't know how to reference Star Trek because they don't know Star Trek. You know, all these people are just like, oh yes, I'll check the Star Trek encyclopedia here. Just a moment. Absolutely ridiculous. Admiral Leonard H. McCoy, Captain Montgomery Scott, Lieutenant Nog. Like, Lieutenant Nog, what happened to Nog?
He reached Captain, though. We know he reached Captain.
Yeah, but they don't, you see. Dorian Collins from the Valiant episode. Wesley Crusher, Lieutenant Junior Grade. Captain Demora Sulu, Sulu's daughter. Beverly Crusher. Christine Chappell, Lieutenant Yar. And
Lieutenant Yar.
Lieutenant Natasha Yar. Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay. Commander Samantha Wildman. So there's a lot of names on this board, and it's just, again, reference without substance. Complete and utter drivel.
It's so pointless, it's so silly, and it is just literally, look, here's all the things you remember. Do you remember good Star Trek? Do you remember before we came along?
The Wall of Member Berries.
Literally is. Oh my God, it's so funny. Although Lieutenant Yar one, I didn't see that one, but that one makes me laugh.
Yeah, and it does get worse. So Starfleet Academy, you've got the James T. Kirk Pavilion.
I don't want to know what dodgy stuff goes on in there.
Oh my God, neither
especially
do
with
I.
the alien women.
The other reference that we got particularly upset with and angry about is the Cisco one.
Yes.
The fate of the emissary of the prophets.
Yes, that one got my back up.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to do a Will Smith.
As did I.
Keep his goddamn name out of your mouth. Slap.
Not good. Not good at all. It looks like they haven't answered said questions that they're asking there.
Like some philosophical debate or something, like one of the classes.
It's possible. It's possible, but again, I don't think they're that intelligent enough to handle it right. The trailer in itself, I wouldn't call it a necessarily bad trailer. It is presenting a show, but it's presenting all the wrong things. We see Robert Picardo. Who's back for this, and ratio-wise, he probably appears as much in the trailer as he's going to in the show.
I have to say, I do wonder, like, why didn't they de-age him? I'm sure they'll give us a reason. But
Yeah,
he's a hologram.
Again, we may be giving them a bit too much credit. We've got a character sort of rundown, basic character rundown, and it is basic. But there's one in particular I just wanted to talk about here, is the Klingon hybrid with Jem'Hadar officer.
The Femhadar.
The Femhadar. Now, it is a Klingon Jem'Hadar hybrid, which I find utterly ridiculous. Okay, so Star Trek...
Is that confirmed?
That is confirmed. I read the character breakdown. She is a Klingon mixed with Jem'Hadar.
That
Awful.
wedding night would have been fun. Break the most bones.
Just the angriest sex you've ever had.
Is it like when Worf was at the internment camp? Every time you get knocked down, you have to like press the thing to get back up.
I can imagine it's going to be something like that.
I cannot punish this Klingon anymore. I can only hurt him.
We've got a lot of young characters. Let me see if I can pull up very quickly.
Well, I was going to bring up the captain, who's the head of the I can't remember what the title was. It's not Dean, is it? Is it the Commissar or something of Starfleet Academy? Captain RK? Well, is that or I kept hearing Nkei.
Captain Nkei. Academy Award winner Holly Hunter plays Nala Ake, the Chancellor the Chancellor of Starfleet Academy.
Oh, Chancellor.
And Captain of the USS Athena, who also happens to be a long-lived half Lanthanite. Sandra Rosso plays Caleb Meir, a human orphan with troubled past. Of course, everyone's going to have a troubled past. And an unlikely Starfleet cadet who is Starfleet Academy's POV character. Karim Dayan is Jaden Cragg, a Klingon Starfleet cadet who dreams of becoming a medical officer. Okay. Keris Brooks is Sirius Acclamation Mill, aka Sam, a Kaskian and first of her kind ever to attend Starfleet Academy. George Hawkins is Darim Remy, a Ionian and an aspiring captain from a wealthy homeworld. Okay. Bella Shepherd is Genesis Lythe, a member of the Dar Shah species, and an admiral's daughter determined to make her own name in Starfleet. Zoe Steiner is Tarima Sadal, a Betazoid and daughter of the president of Beta Z. It's probably going to be one of the Clintons at this point. also confirmed as part of Star Trek Academy's cast are Robert Picardo, reprising his iconic role as the Doctor from Star Trek Voyager and Prodigy, Tig Notaro, Jet Reno, Oded Fair, recurring guest star Gina Yashir as Lieutenant Commander Laura Thok, a Klingon Jem'Hadar hybrid who is the Chancellor's first officer and cadet master. Recurring guest star and Academy Award nominee Paul Giamatti as part Klingon, part Tellarite. Yeah, the Klingons certainly got around, didn't they?
Jesus Christ, the Klingons are just... They're not even conquering anymore. They don't conquer. They just... Not in the traditional sense.
The season's villain with an ominous past connected to one of our cadets. Other members of Starfleet Academy's cast are Mary Wiseman as Sylvia Gravitational Tilly, Tatiana Maslany as an unknown character, and WWE superstar Becky Lynch as an unknown character. Yeah, go make of the world what you will. The trailer, to be fair, again starts off with the big speech by the Chancellor, and you see all the cadets sort of lined up and they're all shouting the main.
I got Starship Troopers vibes from this. I don't know about you.
I'm doing my part.
Guarantees citizenship.
It was certainly looking that way. It's exactly what we thought it would be in terms of they're focusing on all the cadets, of course. Why wouldn't they? That's pretty much the way it was going anyway. It is a Starfleet Academy show after all, but you can definitely tell the Dawson Creek elements within this show are going to start shining very soon.
It's a follow-on from Discovery as well.
Yeah, it's a spin-off. It's a spin-off from a failed Star Trek show, for crying out loud.
So we know what to expect.
Yeah.
We know the level that we're going to be getting here.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the trailer, Paul Giamatti, in a fourth wall-breaking kind of way, whistles the Star Trek theme tune. What's the point in that?
Oh my god!
This show, they've already said it's going to be a sort of a referential love letter to Star Trek. In which case, they don't actually know that it's actually a poison chalice for a lot of Star Trek fans. I've been reading a lot of stuff online about how people are receiving this, and you've got your usual loud pro Nutrek voices, but a lot of the fandom are not happy with this and the way it is, the way it's going. It's actually, the biggest response I've seen is, will you just shut up and enjoy the story? But that's not the point. It's never been the point to shut up and enjoy Star Trek. Star Trek's always had a point to it. There's no way that that Jem'Hadar would breed with Klingons. They're not even capable of breeding. They're genetically engineered. They're clones. They're all male.
He's genetically engineered.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible that somewhere, someone in the background has been just hybriding all of these species together.
Well, I was going to say, and if not, the Klingons have just been getting a bit saucy in the galaxy as of late.
Yeah, performed with honour.
Do you want to see my bat'leth? Well, to be fair, as Discovery taught us, they do have two.
That's very true. That's very true.
So,
the double threat. Double threat.
Double-barreled.
I can predict that this show is just going to have very little actual story to it, and it's just going to be member-berry central. To try and pull in, I mean, they do this all the time and they don't realise it doesn't actually work. It's awesome if you're going to reference Star Trek, past shows, tributes, homages. brilliant if that's what you want to do, but you have to have a story there to make it all worthwhile. Those, I think that these sorts of things should always be bonus on top of a decent story. It should never be the point of a show. And it seems to me that this is what they're doing to try and pull in the audience.
You're absolutely right. I mean, that trailer didn't really tell us. I mean, I know it's a teaser, but it didn't really tell us a lot about the story, what the actual plot is, what is the focus of the show, beyond the cadets. Are we going to be looking at are we going to be doing character studies? Are we going to be looking at the characters and how they develop and what they want to achieve? No, we got a lot of self-referential stuff, whether it's the big wall of member berries or a panel showing the Cisco. It's not a good sign, really.
No, it's not.
I'd rather they'd done without the member berries and just focused on trying to give us an idea of what this show is about beyond. Oh, it's at Starfleet Academy. It's about cadets. It's like, yeah, but tell us what the show's about. Voyager just wasn't another Star Trek show set on a ship. They're established very quickly. They're lost on the other side of the galaxy.
Yeah.
Enterprise established itself as, this is 100 years before Kirk. This is the first Warp 5 vessel. This is humanity's first trip out into deep space. Really kind of established what the shows were going to be. Same with DS9. With this, I don't know. Beyond, it's set in the Academy. And the guy can whistle the theme tune. And look, remember these names?
Yeah.
These names on the wall.
And they're all really random. It's like, I can't imagine a world in which, 500-600 years after Voyager ended, that Ceto Jaxa would still be referenced 900 years later. Especially when this is a recovering Federation that was decimated by the thing that Burnham saved everyone from, the burn.
The burn.
Starfleet's been in ruins, the Federation's been in ruins. Yeah, and this is why we are absolutely sure that this is just going to be reference central. This is going to be member berry central. There's going to be no substance to it whatsoever.
What's really sad is, back in the 90s, if they'd said they were going to do a Starfleet Academy show, especially after seeing the amazing the PC games that Interplay had done, people would have jumped for joy. You would have, because of episodes like The First Duty, for example, from TNG. People would have been happy. Now, nobody was asking for this.
No.
Like, no one at all was asking for a Starfleet Academy show, and they've given it to us anyway. And it's just, as you say, it's not going to have any substance to it.
No.
I mean, it looks pretty in the trailer. The CGI shots and that look really pretty. But that's all it is. It's just going to be style over substance. And as for the names on the wall, you're right. I mean, I can understand you might see a few. So you'll see things like Admiral Picard, maybe. James T. Kirk. You will see certain names, but no offense to Carrie Kim, but, I would have thought they would have done what they used to do with the plaques on the Starship Bridge, which is the names of, like, producers and people who work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe. Because I can't imagine they'd have that many, like, previous... Oh, do you remember this person from DS9? This random crewman that Janeway walked into once in a corridor. He's on the wall as well.
Extra number 3, who died tragically rolling around the bridge of the Enterprise D.
The guy that Tom Morello played.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere. He pointed Janeway in the right direction on deck 15 once.
Yeah.
He deserves to be on the wall.
Admiral Tawny Twat. So any final thoughts on the trailer before we wrap up, Xell?
I think this is just par for the course. Now, we've heard rumours that Kurtzman might be on the way out. He might not be. We don't know. This is all stuff that's speculation at this point. But this feels like a last hurrah to me. Lots of references to try and pull people in. Kind of similar to how people felt with Terry Metalis when he did Picard Season 3. People were like, oh, they brought the old crew back together. And that brought some people back who'd walked away. But I think, unlike what Metalis did with Season 3, despite its flaws, I think, again, the references alone won't be enough to keep people tuned in.
No. There's got to be more substance.
Star Trek 90210 is just not what we were asking for.
Dawson's Trek. That's pretty much what it's going to be, isn't it? We'll leave it there. That's our thoughts on the Starfleet Academy trailer. If you are new here, then please hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you've seen. If you enjoyed the video, give the video a like. This is a little bit of a first time for the channel doing a video in this fashion, but I wanted Xell's thoughts on it as well. And we will be back very, very soon. I will see you in the next video. Until then, look after yourselves, look after one another. Thank you, Xell. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
I need the silence, stop the violence of the war in my head. Time's the healer, the eraser of all done and said. And as I fall back to my shelter, I know